Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us once again on this Discipline Therapy Thursday for another amazing episode with your two incredible hosts, Suhey Sotomayor, and with me always, 7-time published author, Mr. E.L. Discipline. And before we start, we'd like to clear the energy, clear the air. I've got to clear myself too.
Ladies, we know you're fiends and you know what that means. Discipline Therapy Thursdays. We're serving you your dose weekly of discipline therapy where not everything is completely free. As we are on Patreon for content for you to see. Bloopers, behind the scenes.
BDSM, content, first things.
Yeah. Workshops.
Announcements, all that good stuff.
Also like coupons for merchandise. Hit us up for the coupon codes. But what is free is it's judgment-free, sucker-free, censor-free, sensitive-free. God and the ancient ancestors are great, and that means everything else is straight. So go grab your wine, popcorn, or my favorite roll of blunt, but make sure the children are in bed. Why? Because we had that soul food and sometimes vulgar conversations prepare your mind to be fed light one up. Inhale life and exhale strife. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you are tuned in to the Discipline Therapy Podcast.
We're here. We're here with the season 10 finale. Woo! Episode 110. Should you judge a person by how or what they post? And with us, we have a returning guest caller. Are you there?
Yes. Hi, guys. It's Daphne. How's everyone?
Daphne from Down Under? Australian
Down
Daphne?
Under, yes.
All right.
Australia.
All right. So what do you think, Daph? You think people should judge a person by how or what they post?
Look, unfortunately, in this day and age, yes, I do, because we're in a digital era of life currently, and everything we do online is reflected in real life as well. So I do think, even though we should be judgment-free, but what you're posting online is a representation of yourself. So yes, 100%, you're judging people with what they're posting.
All right. And you think that people show their true colors on how they post or what's on their page?
I think they do, because they can hide behind the protection of a phone and the internet and post exactly what they feel, say exactly what they want to say, but they can't do in real life because they still think social media isn't real life. So they think they're protected some way. So they really show their real selves and come out and say the things that they want to say, but they can't say it in real life for fear of repercussions.
So because you said that social media is a fantasy, do you really believe people post how they are?
Like,
because hold on, because I'm going to give you an example. Let's say the club environment. You have a woman who is shy. She, maybe dress appropriately, whatever she believes, right? She gets a little bit of alcohol in her. She starts twerking like a stripper. She starts taking stuff off there while she's there, dancing with random men, right? But she doesn't think it's a big deal because I'll probably never see them again. No names are required to be exchanged. There ain't nobody taking videos in here. I could be different. I could release. I could be somebody different. But in public, like, this is not how I am.
So you're saying it translates the same thing? Okay, go ahead.
So clearly it is, you're saying.
Clearly it is. Alcohol just either makes you crazy, like makes you mean, or it just, exasperates your true self. Because, if she's shy in real life, but she needs alcohol to come out, that means it's in her, but she's using alcohol as an excuse to just release who she really is. Maybe she's got a life that she has to be shy and, timid in front of people because, she's scared of judgment, but then she uses the excuse of I was drunk, so this is, it was alcohol's fault. No, you're responsible for your body. You know what you're doing.
So what about if a man is drunk? What would a man do? Let's see, his
portrays
cars
himself as having money.
Yeah, his cars. Like, look at my cars.
Yeah, like, how the people who do the money phone, or like they
that's lame to me. That's lame. That's
right.
100% lame.
But
and anyone who's doing that is weak.
Right, but do you think that that's honest? Is that truthful? Do you think he really makes it like that?
No.
Where he's exactly so that's
no.
So do you then?
It's all fake. It's all for likes. These people, they're not going to be walking down the street with a wad of cash to their ears because they'll get, rolled
Robbed.
for it,
Okay.
robbed for it. Yes,
Mm.
but they're going to do it on social media and through a different location and just show fake wealth.
Right.
Again, it's a fantasy world.
Right.
They're showing something that they want to be, but they can't do it in real life because they know the repercussions. But they seriously think that social media is, a place where they can show fakeness.
Mm.
So then that's not how they really are, though, because they don't really have that money. They're just being fake
No,
and showing off.
exactly. 100%. There's no way. I mean, if you are, you must have, a death wish, or you've got, protection walking around with you, and you've got some insecurities. If you're walking around throwing wads of cash to your ears, like, look at me. Why do you need people to look at you and your wealth? What are you missing inside of yourself?
So then, do
that
you still
need
think that?
people to look at you?
Do you still think that is their true colors then? By what and how they post?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because they're showing that they're weak. So they're not weak. They're not
She's
strong
going
in real
in
life.
depth.
They're showing
Okay.
the weakness. Yeah.
Gotcha,
Okay,
gotcha.
so
Okay.
she's showing gaps because I think what Sue means is like, let's say the guy that's flashing money, is he showing he's a provider? Like, is that who he really
No.
is? Because
Right.
I'm flashing money,
Right,
like I'm
right.
trying
That's
to
not really
attract,
who you are.
I'm
Right.
trying to attract like
No.
buyers. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
No,
Like,
he's trying to attract likes and attention.
oh, okay,
Mm.
Trying to, yeah,
okay.
Okay.
So
that's not real.
that's not real.
Gotcha.
No, that's who he is. Because,
Okay.
well, what I'm saying is, like, they'll post it because that's the only way they can get the attention. But in real life, he's probably lame, and that no one will give him that attention because
Oh,
that anyone who does that kind of actions, they won't look twice at them.
okay. So
Mm.
I'm gonna ask you two questions.
Mhm.
No, one question. I'm sorry. For both genders, men who have
Yep.
money, do you think that they care about being valued for that? That's one. Two, women with nice bodies, gorgeous, um, when they flaunt that, because both parties are flaunting it. Men's flaunting money.
Mhm.
Look, I'm making it rain. Money, phone, whatever. Look at my
Mhm.
cars. I got 30 cars all this place, right? I take trips.
Mhm.
Look at
Right.
come
My
on my private
watch.
jet.
Yeah. My
Get girls on
jewelry.
my private jet.
Mhm.
Take videos of it, right? So men who are doing that, do you think they really want to be valued for that? And women who are like, oh, look at my booty, this and that, they get the BBL, then they pretend they got it from the gym. So I'm working out. Hey, look at me, I'm
Mm.
working out. This how I got my butt, right? So
Mhm.
do you think that they're doing that because they want to be, the women want to be, they objectify themselves because they want to be valued for their body, and men objectify themselves materialistically because they want to be valued for their material and their money? That
I
men,
think men do it. Mhm.
go ahead.
Sorry, I think men do that because they want that type of woman to value them. Like, they know what they're attracting when they do that. They're not putting that out there for some, normal. When I say normal, like some woman that doesn't care about how she looks and
More down to earth.
doesn't flaunt. More down to earth. They're
Mm-hmm.
not attracting that. They're not aiming for that. They're aiming. They 100% aiming for that, perfect looking woman with, the fake body, the fake face, the money, the demand, the high maintenance woman. And they know that because they can direct and treat that type of woman how they want to, because they've got the power in regards to the money and the what they're showing off.
Mm.
Women women act like that because, look, I find anyone that does that on social media is fake and empty. So I'm judging them because I know that the real life is not like that. And if it, who knows what they're posting? Who knows that they're posting 30 cars? Is it really theirs? How do they get it? Do they own it? It's probably not even theirs. So I
Mm.
don't trust anything on social media.
Okay, but the woman though, why does she do that when she objectifies herself? Do you think she wants to be valued for her body?
Those women, they fascinate me because they're all like, boss bitches. They think that they're doing, I'm a woman, I can do what I want. They're definitely putting themselves out there, knowing they're going to get objectified, and then get angry when they do get objectified. Like, they fascinate me. They are definitely 100% doing it for fake attention. They just want the attention and then nothing else.
Would you believe it if some women are oblivious to it?
No,
You believe that
We
they're
know exactly
conscious.
what to
They know
a
exactly what they're doing.
100%. We're not
Your
15. We're not
opinion.
sorry. We're not like 10-year-olds. 100% my opinion.
Okay.
But women, people, human beings, especially women, know exactly what they're doing. Whether it's social media, whether it's with their friends, whether it's with their partners, they know exactly what they're doing at all times.
Mm. I'm
Hmm.
glad that you said that.
It's true, and as bad as it is, we are. Oh, I think so. We're overthinkers, so we know we're very conscious of all our actions. And when we deny, if we're denying something, like if we are shocked by how a guy treats us, that might be a different, story. But when we're in control and we know what we're doing, we're very conscious and we know what we're doing.
Mm. Okay.
What is more important to you in the opposite sex when choosing a mate? Behavior and character, or look and status?
Behavior and character, hands down. Looks and status, that's nothing to me because end up finding someone more attractive. Like you could be dating some guy that's not even your type, but then he's funny and charming and alpha, and you're like, that's hot and attractive,
Attractive,
and
yeah,
that makes him attractive. Yeah.
that's true.
Could that be status?
Sorry.
Could that be status? Or
Him,
that's just
him have.
character?
I think that's character. Him have being funny
Character.
and have a good sense of humor and attitude.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
think that's
status
status.
in regards to no, if he's like well established in his career, is that kind of status that you're talking about, or is
No,
it
because
what kind of status are you talking about?
there's status in every different thing. There's a plethora of different forms of status.
Hmm.
Mhm.
A desirable man could be status. A
Hmm.
man who's well known in the community could be status. President could be status. A personal trainer could have status. Body type, physique could have status, depending on who's validating them or not.
But
Um,
Okay.
having a good
a woman getting a
character.
BBL, a woman getting a BBL could be status. A woman who's a wife and has a ring, look at my ring, status. Marriage status.
Well, back in the days, women
Okay.
with very long fingernails, that was status because they don't
Mm-hmm.
have to, they're so rich, they don't have to do anything. That's why their nails can be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So could like a man who's like you said, alpha, could that be status?
Oh, for sure. But it just
Yeah.
depends on the guy's mentality and where he is
Okay.
spiritually and emotionally.
So
So
what do you
he can
believe?
be mhm.
No, I'm sorry.
No, what do I believe in what bit?
I was gonna say, I just want you to finish and then I'll ask.
Oh, no, I'm just saying that status can be important. I mean, I don't want, a guy can't be like homeless and, killing people. But if he's, got a good character and he's well established in his, family, friends, I like that kind of status. I don't
Okay.
need a status where he's dominant of every every person in his state.
Yeah,
Like
he
I
doesn't
like
have
a
to be
guy that
number
knows
one.
himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but I know he's number one, but he doesn't have to be number one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you what status is to you, but
Mm-hmm.
I think you just answered.
There you go.
All right. Do you believe women's behavior play any role in how she's treated by men?
Yes, 100%. This is crazy to me because, I've been on social media for a while and I've seen a lot of people do a lot of things. And it fascinates me with women who, each to their own, do what you like, but you can't cry about it later when, you're doing crazy things online and you're putting your energy out there and that evil is soaking that energy up from you and then you're going to get bad karma. Like it doesn't work that way. Like you can't be half naked on the internet and then demand certain things in reality. It doesn't work like that.
Do you believe men's character and behavior are a byproduct of how they're treated by women, or this stems from something deeper?
I think a bit of both because your strength and confidence comes from your upbringing, how your mentality is, and what you surround yourself with. So if you surround yourself with women that are only just using you for whatever reason, then you're going to become a certain way and think a certain way as well.
That's true.
So, would you agree that women post provocative pics, they're seductive, they're purposely seductive, not subconsciously seductive, because they think that's what guys like?
Yes,
Or do you
they know
think it
exactly what
is
they're doing.
because it's for them? It's for the women.
Oh no, they claim
They're
it's for
doing
them.
it for
They
them.
claim it's for them. They claim, oh no, this is for me. I'm empowering women. You know, this is, you know, you can do what you want. It's your body. But at the end of the day, women prefer attention from who they're sexually attracted to. So they don't care if their best friend's liking their picture. They want guys to be lusting after them because it gives them a sense of power.
I agree with that.
Mm.
That's true.
Mm.
Daph, you always come with the good answers, man.
Yeah.
But because it's true, because honestly, we dress women.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, as women, we dress up mostly to impress other women. We don't care about that. But when it comes to being half naked, we're not being half naked for women. I mean, I'm talking about straight women here. We're being half naked to attract the male and make them lust after us, so we can, you know, get them to pander for us. Like, you know, oh, do this for me, and I'll do that. You know, buy me this, and I'll, you know, do that, because these men are, as you all know, very weak, and they'll do anything for that type of woman. And women know they have that power, so they will post their ass, their tits, whatever, and just be seductive and sexual online, because they don't actually have to physically give anything out to a man. They can just give it out on social media for free.
Well, not for
and
free.
these men lap it up.
You know, Daphne, I'm proud of your growth, your mentality.
Thank you.
Because when I first met
in the
you,
past 6 years.
when I first met you years ago, I thought you were like
crazy.
She said,
I thought you were like a kind of like a feminist.
That's what I thought I was, but I didn't understand what feminism was back then. Honestly, I really thought it was, you know, trying to help the women and blah, blah, blah. But then when you wake up to the world and how it really works, you're really shocked at how, you know, women, it's crazy because we're not as disadvantaged as we think we are. Yeah, there's some, you know, situations where we are, but men are just as disadvantaged, and, you know, they're not getting the look in that they should be getting as well, especially at this time in life in 2023. I think men have it harder than women.
Yeah.
Well, you have any final thoughts?
In regards to that?
No, just in regards to the show, and you know, in regards to that too.
All I think is that, yes, social media is here to stay currently. So just people have to think seriously what they're posting online, because it will come back to haunt you at a later date, no matter what it is and what time it is. It will come back to haunt you if it's something that you shouldn't have posted.
Amen, sister.
And
I
then
agree.
what is a regard to men having it harder?
I think now, because we expect, you know, we're saying that women, you know, are so disadvantaged, and feminism and blah, blah, blah. But, like, you know, I've been reading a lot of stuff and educating myself on a lot of topics here. And, you know, just noticing that if it wasn't for men, there wouldn't be a lot of things that are so easy for women these days. So we've really got to respect the man and what he brings to the table, and not think that just because, you know, we can cook and clean, that's enough to any relationship. We've got to really, really appreciate the fact that men do just as much, if not more, and bring a lot more to the table than women. And I'm not trying to make me sound like one of those women haters. I'm not. We have our own special things that we bring to a table as well, but we've also got to respect the fact that the man brings just as much, and if not more, and he's the one that, you know, leads the family, and we've got to respect that.
Cool.
Okay. Thank you for that.
No worries.
Thanks for being a guest again.
No worries, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right. We'll let you go back to sleep, because it's what time is it over there?
It's now 6:18.
All right. Have a good rest
All right,
of
guys.
your
Have a
day.
great show.
All right. Bye-bye.
See you later. Bye.
All right, let's go.
All right. Should you judge a person by how or what they post on social media? I think that people are going to get judged regardless, whether you want to be the one doing it or not. People are going to get judged. You are going to get judged. So you have to be careful with what you're posting. You know, do people show their true colors on what they post? I don't think so. I think that it's a big old front. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like what Daphne said. They post, I feel that men and women obviously post different things to attract the opposite or whoever they want to get that attention from. So I think that they're going to try to post what's going to make them look the best, in their eyes, what's going to make who they want to attract onto their page, what's going to get them on there. That's what I think. I don't think that it's 100%. I don't think that that's really how they are. I think it's a front.
I mean, you want to post all the good stuff on there. You know what I'm saying? Because your page could be a form of advertisement. So like different people use social media for different reasons. Um, I believe that if we're talking specifically, right, that like maybe the evil stuff that okay, let me make it subjective. Like for me, I believe the evil stuff. So the man with the money stuff, showcasing it, making it rain, the money phone,
Mm-hmm.
that stems from evil. I believe, my opinion only. Everybody could think how they want to think. Women objectifying themselves, their bodies, stuff of that nature, that stems from evil. So let's just talk about those two things.
Okay.
I feel like those things are okay to do if you are true to that. I'm gonna give you an example. I don't mind women that do that. I won't follow you. But I don't mind women that do that who are sex workers, strippers, come to the gentleman's club, escorts, prostitutes. That's their job. Do that. You know what I'm saying? You are true to who you are. You telling everybody in the world, yo, I'm a hoe or whatever, I'm a prostitute. Come to this is how I form my business. Boom, 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 boom. OnlyFans, OnlyFans, OnlyFans. The man, maybe he's like saying, yo, I'm a pimp. You know what I'm saying? And I want prostitutes. So I'm a great provider. You look at the cars, look at the stuff, because he's trying to attract hoes. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only women you're gonna attract. Because you pretty like it's counter, right? The women are doing it to get the gentleman's money, and the man's doing it to get the pussy or the prostitute. You see, this is new era prostitution. That's fine, but he's going on there and saying he's a pimp, he's this, he's that, he's looking for prostitutes. I'm not looking for relationships. I'm not trying to build connections. I'm emotionally unavailable, but I'll pay somebody's bills. Not a guy that's saying I'm traditional. Young boys, this is how you need to be a man, and because that's that's fishy. You can't. That's fishy. You playing two roles now.
Gotcha.
You like the pastor in the church that is telling you don't steal, but you take my money every week and you tell me it's going to God.
Ooh, that was deep.
Or the deacon of the who's the woman is like, yeah, don't commit adultery and and she's so holy in church. But on Monday, you are an adulteress. You are doing this. On top of that, you stealing, you gossiping, and you doing it. You setting people up, and you trying to make this person's body get a hypocrite because you're not practicing what you preach. So on the man's part, who's like, look at my 30 cars, look at this money, but then still talking about he's traditional and he cares about the family and he wants this and he wants that. You see what I'm saying? He's a liar.
Because he doesn't care about the family?
No. Because what he's doing is attracting what I just said.
Gotcha.
So that's that. Now the woman on her part who's like, yeah, I'm posting this, she's posting that. She's not saying she's an OnlyFans practitioner or whatever, like has that's my platform to make bread. She's not saying she's a sex worker. She's not saying she's saying that's not me. Men come in her DM propositioning, sending dick pics. What's wrong with them? Why are they so thirsty? Or a man might proposition you. Hey, send me this. I'll send you 25 a week, 7K a week, whatever they do, right? And she's like, why would you think that way? I'm not a prostitute. Treat me with more respect.
Yeah.
Treat me with more respect. What's wrong with men today? They don't know how to talk to women. That woman's confused.
Is she really confused, or does she want to play the victim?
Okay, she want to play the victim. But to me, I'm looking at it as that. See, I don't have a problem with people doing that. Stay true to yourself and say that's what you are. You go on the platform and say, I'm a hoe. I accepted this a long time about myself. The person that comes into my life is gonna have to accept I'm that.
Mm.
I'm a hoe. The guy, I'm a pimp, or I'm a whatever, gigolo, or I'm I traffic shit. Like I'm
Nice.
just you understand? Like I'm this is
Nice.
what I really do. And I get fun out of this because it's a sport.
Mm.
And you know what I'm saying? Then it's like I respect you.
Mm.
I don't
Yeah,
have to
because you're not
fuck with you.
hiding.
I don't
Right.
have to fuck with you and none of that stuff, but I respect you. So the reality is, I believe she's right. Like, how you post is how you are, not what you say. Because that man is not traditional. If you're a traditional man and you believe in like family and stuff of that nature, you could have 2 wives. Poly is great. But if you have 11 and you're not there, you got them in different states, you are inspiring single moms.
If he has children with all 11, you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's not, well, I could take care of all of them. Are you active in all their lives? Do they know you as their dad?
Got you.
You see, you're inspiring single moms. But if you're saying, yo, I'm poly and I want everybody to be together, let me get a mansion, let me get all 10 kids in the same roof. That's different.
Yeah, but it's not, that can't be
Because he can
that
still
easy.
be traditional and be that way. I'm just trying to prove a point to you. You see what I'm saying? It's just there's a lot of phoniness online.
Definitely.
So the man who is doing that with the money, there is no way he wants to be valued for his money.
No, he's just trying to show off so that he can get that specific attention.
Yes. For the women who are showing their body, there's no way they want to be valued for that if they are not in the industry.
But I think they're confused, and they think that by doing that, that's what they're gonna catch somebody in the industry, or somebody that sees them. If they look good enough, somebody's gonna be interested in what they're putting out.
You just said they weren't confused, and I agree with you.
No.
So they're not confused. They're actually doing that on purpose to nail that. They're trying to get a sponsor.
Right. What I'm saying is they're confused within themselves to think that that's the way to go. They don't know. I'm going on a deeper level.
Okay.
It's okay.
I think personally, I agree with you earlier. They're not confused because they're using that as bait.
Yes.
They're trying to get what do you call it? When they what is the term that they use? Whether it's trying to get put on or the come up. They're looking for a come up.
Yeah.
He's the come up. You know what I'm saying? That's why they do it. So when regular chicks do that, that's why they're doing it.
For the come up, right?
Yes. I exclude the sex workers because and they actually are accepting who they are. The stripper is creating a online, so you go to her website, that's all you're gonna say. She's not gonna put no religious quotes. Right. Yo, she ain't gonna put no spiritual quotes, the next one, and talk about, I need a man to bring more to substance to the table because he needs to stroke my mind because I'm a sapiosexual. If I follow her and I'm a guy, I'm be like, I don't give a fuck about your mind, bitch. You just twerk. They do the fucking job and stay on the fucking pole. Know your role. Like, that's your job. You're not gonna be looking more in depth, because even if she has depth to her, you think niggas gonna care? You think they're gonna care?
Probably not.
And absolutely not. Because that's what you're showing more.
Exactly.
They're not gonna care. That flies over their head.
Exactly.
So when a doctor does it, or a real estate agent, or a woman who's starting a business, whatever your endeavors are doing, endeavors you're engaging in, and you're doing it, right? That's what you're doing it for.
So let me ask you.
I'm not getting attention in my current relationship. I gotta get it out there. Or maybe they're single and they're dick hungry. And I gotta get some new dick.
So let me ask you a question. Let's say for that stripper or escort, or somebody in that line of business that is putting it out there specifically to bring more men to the club, to the strip club and all that stuff, and they're single, right? They have a page to promote. What if they have a separate page that doesn't promote anything like that? Is that the way to go? Like, would you now, if you go, let's say you meet a girl,
because you're gonna get found.
Right? No, but she's honest.
Oh,
Let's say she's like, listen, she meets somebody because somebody is on her good page, right? And she has quotes, and maybe not religious or spiritual, but more, more down to earth or whatever. meets a guy, blah, 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 and she was like, listen, I'm a stripper and I have this page. Would that be the way to go, for somebody like that? Like, she's stripping for a job. She is a stripper because she's putting herself through law school, but she's not really like that.
Okay.
So she has that other page. Would that be the way to go for someone in that industry that, is working
Trying to look for love?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, cause
Am I right, people?
yeah, cause now you put the ball in his court to
And not only that, you're separating your job from who you are.
So in a way, she's putting the ball in his court if he wants to fuck with her or not. So that could be a way about going in if you want love. But if you if you were the stripper, everything is that pole, I'm on the pole, gentleman's club, whatever, and then the next post you're talking about, oh, I'm so lonely, I need somebody, I'm looking for love, putting spiritual quotes and stuff, yo, that's not gonna work.
No, obviously for the reasons that you've stated, which is why I was like, then how would it work? You know what I mean? Because I feel like those women who do that, it's because they're like, one page, fuck it, I just put everything, and then they can, I guess, pick and choose.
The women that
That's
they meet
confusing,
when they
though.
meet the man up front, they gotta say that.
Yeah, and it's confusing for the man. Let's say she is like that, but she only has that one page. On one post, she's half naked. On the second post, she's saying she needs love. On the third post, you know what I mean? She's showing
quote.
her or something like that.
The fourth post, she's meditating.
Exactly, like you're throwing people off with that.
Here, and you know what? It's actually very bad too. What women don't realize is, and I don't say all women do this, but what a woman or women, because maybe might be a group of them who do that, is they do it thinking this way. They do it thinking I'm multifaceted. And that's gonna inspire respect, and a guy's gonna think I'm so amazing because I could be so many things. I could be your cook, I could be your hoe, I could be your coach, I could be your, when you down, motivate you, I could be suck dick, I could do this, like I could be so many things. And you know what's irony about that? That's unattractive. That's unattractive. You know what I'm saying? It's like it depends on the man you're with. You know, that's unattractive. Like I always say, men want a few things in women. It's the women that want about everything in a man. We got all these preferences. We got long lists and stuff of that nature for the opposite sex. The women that are unhealed. But for men, whether we're unhealed or healed, we just want a few things. So a man is not going to care about that. That's what those women may not understand, because maybe they've had men that said, yo, you're boring. They dated a guy that's like a beta male. You're boring. Why don't you show your body? Why like, we need to see you more. You got all memes and stuff. Why don't you show yourself? I say it's a beta male because he's, you know why, right?
Because he's inspiring her to show her body.
Yeah, and that's number one. The second part is, like, I believe men want exclusivity, especially with their women. So you put her in a position to not just be safe, but to have her out there
and expose herself.
So now
that's selfish, because that's what he wants to see. He doesn't care about her.
Exactly. So that's why I say, it's beta. But
now, what's the analogy of the home that you always talk about?
So, okay, so you have a home and you don't own it ever. Even if it's paid off, you don't own it because you haven't bought the land. So you are constantly renting, property tax, etc. So it's just like our pages. Men can say, this is my page, stay the fuck out, whatever it is. It's your page, but it's not your network. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like the home. So at any given time, your page can be taken away and all that stuff or whatever it is. You invite who you want in, and you sage, and you do this, whatever it is. Some people, maybe they take your shoes off. Some people are, I'm gonna sage after they came over. They're gonna detox their home, whatever they need to do, just like a page. So when people say, this is why I say, that's why I judge people off their page. That's like your home. You're going to decorate it how you want. If I come in and I see your home is dirty, I'm going to assume you're a dirty person. If I come in your home and I see like skull, pictures and frames and stuff of that nature, I'm like, oh, she likes skulls. Because it's in your home. Like, why would you
Right,
put
why
it
would you do
there
that?
then? So it's the same thing with the page. What a lot of men and women don't understand is, and I heard this mostly from women, is they want you to sympathize more with them off their page. Do not judge me off of that, because that's not who I am. That's just an outlet. I had a woman that I talked to her back in 2018, and she would just shake her. She had big boobs. She would shake a bit in front of the camera, booty twerking. She was not a stripper, not a sex worker, none of that stuff, as far as I knew. You know what I'm saying? And she used to tell me, "Oh my God, you're such an author." When we started talking, she was so in tune, so intelligent. And I said to her, something like, it's amazing to me about your mind, but something is off to me, because how can you be conscious but you do this? How can you be so intelligent but you do this? You should show people your mind more. You know what she said to me? You'll never guess, so I'll just tell you.
I will guess
Okay, go ahead.
because I remember who it is.
Okay, so what did she say?
I think she said something along the lines like, if they want to know me more, if they want to know my mind, they'll reach out and want to know more, or something like that. Didn't she say something like that?
Okay, a little bit along those lines, but I'm gonna elaborate, because
Okay.
I said this in EL discipline book discussion,
Mm-hmm.
like 2021. She said to me verbatim, "The men who are special get to know my mind and my heart.
That's what it was. Mm-hmm.
Everybody else can see this." And I tried to break it down for her. I said,
She had it backwards.
yeah, she was very young too, under 30. And I said to her, I was like, you have it confused, because the men that want to cuff you, they want to feel special pertaining to that. And I asked her, I said, let me ask you a question and you could plead the fifth. Are you sexually intimate with more than one person right now? And she said she's not intimate at all. I said, when you are you bouncing dick to dick to dick? And she said, no, I'm not. Why? Exclusivity. So if the man is having sex with you and he could see things in private that you're not showing publicly to everybody else, he would feel special.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
It didn't change though.
It didn't change.
No, because after for a few years, her page would pop up until I unfollowed.
Yeah,
But
she got her OnlyFans too.
no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, I didn't know
I ain't on
that.
that. I just heard, like you said, her page popped up. I was like, oh, a link. OnlyFans. What could
Wow.
possibly be on there?
I'm
Yeah.
shocked.
If you freely doing that on there, imagine what is on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So to me, it's like, I look at it like they're setting themselves up, but they don't believe it because they think of the equality thing. This is the problem. If a woman believes I would not judge people, men and women, by their page, they're not going to either, or they shouldn't.
Yeah, that's the wrong way to think.
You see, this is what fucks them up. And that's what's going to fuck them up down the line.
Definitely.
That they don't realize about. But more education like this needs to happen to be present, so they can understand it. Especially what men think, because they don't know.
No,
they just
don't.
think men think like women.
Yeah, they're either guessing or they're getting advice from their brothers or friends or cousins that are men, obviously.
Other girls. Yeah.
Other girls. All right.
Yeah, so people show their true colors online. Not what they say, what they show you. That's their character, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, which is more important to you in the opposite sex when choosing a mate? Behavior and character? No fair. I already know the answer to that. Or look and status? I'm gonna go first. And I think that as far as with me, I know that it has changed as I've grown. So when I was younger, definitely look and status. Now, behavior and character. Even a little bit earlier than just now, like probably when I was in my 30s. Behavior and character.
Looks do matter to men. She has to be physically attracted to you to a sense. Status doesn't. But if they're in a group and I can't mix them, yes, behavior and character.
Yeah,
Because I
definitely
always
behavior
think
and
I
character
always
now.
think of long term. I think if
Mm-hmm.
a man is just going to if a man is just building up a relationship off looks, he's not trying to build a connection there. He's just gonna be attached to her.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a difference. He's not trying to build a connection.
Yeah,
He's
their
not
time
trying
is
to
limited.
possibly have love there because
Mm-hmm.
it's superficial. There's no way you can fall in love with superficial, especially if you want long term.
Mm-hmm.
Because that just dies. It becomes like a lustful thing.
Yeah.
So to me, I look at it like character and behavior works because I appreciate long-term relationships. So I'm always thinking long-term. So
Mm-hmm.
what's gonna happen when we aren't having sex? What's gonna happen when we are 70 one day? What's gonna happen when we have to raise
Exactly.
kids together, empire, stuff of that nature? I'm thinking of the character and behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Those things I fall in love with. Looks is okay, you might get me my loins aroused, but what else do you have? Looks is okay, the allure. Like it made me want to talk to her until I
Mm-hmm.
find out she's dumb as a bucket of shrimp. I say, nice to meet you, take care, and I leave.
Yeah, definitely. Same thing
Or
with
on some feminist shit, men and women are equal and blah 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 and da 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 da, and this how view cheating and this how view relationship and we gotta do everything together, equal. Nice to meet you. Have a nice day. I'm out.
jeez.
I don't believe in the new family. I don't do this and that. Boom, boom, boom. Let's just see where this goes. I don't have a plan. Let's just have fuck. Let's just be fuck buddies, sex. Da, da, da. Nice to meet you. I'm out.
Mm.
You don't have standards. I'm out. I'm never gonna respect you if you
I
don't have
I know
standards.
I know it's like when with the guy, like how do you treat other people? Like if you're in a position of power, or even if you're not, do you treat people like crap? Do you treat the waiter like crap?
Mm-hmm.
How does the guy treat his mother? And does
Mm.
he have sisters? How does he treat his sisters? How does he treat other women in his family? Because if he's cursing out his mom, sweetheart, you're not very far off from that. That's the woman who birthed him. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like that kind of
Right.
character and behavior, that's what's
Right.
important now.
Yeah. I never, I never curse at my mom.
Can you
I
imagine?
I
Ugh,
never even curse in her presence. We could have debates, arguments. Never call my mom out her name. Never
mm,
did that to my late grandmother.
I never did it to my
Even now,
mom.
my mom can't. If I go see her or whatever, she can't do nothing to me physically anymore. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that, and that's why you're right with that. And I never called a sub
That's a red
ever
flag.
out of her name.
Mm,
So you're right about that. Pay attention to the how he
always.
treats his mom. But you know what though? I've gotten shame from women in the past about being a mama's boy.
That's a
Like
red
I'm
flag. They shouldn't shame you for that.
exactly.
That's a
I
red
I
flag.
know, I
What you
know.
know what's gonna
But
turn
I'm
out to
I was
be?
saying stuff like, "Oh, I see my mother 3 times a week. If I don't, she gets jealous and this and that, and it becomes an argument. Where you been, or whatever it is." And I'm like, "Well, I have conversations with my mom sometimes. Like I have a good relationship with her. Oh, that's so sweet. You're a mama's boy."
But that's not backlash or criticism.
No,
They're just saying that that's nice. Now, if they're saying,
but
"Why
but
are you
why would
so
they say
close?"
no? But why would they say mama's boy though? That's
That's the
shaming. But
term. That's
John,
like a daddy's girl.
no, I think they like because it was a good relationship when I was talking to her. She didn't want to see. It's different, and it could come out in an argument, right? When she's
Oh,
mad at
like
you, oh, you a
you
mama's
fucking
boy.
mama's boy.
Yeah, so it's almost like a what do you call it? A
Derogatory.
backhand
Oh, compliment.
compliment.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I have a mama's boy too,
So it's like
and a
that.
mama's girl. I got
It's a
two.
it's a backhand
Yeah,
compliment, but it's
definitely.
I think it's shaming. Um, but yeah, jumping on topic. Yeah, how they treat them. Yeah, that's good. Also, for me, I look at a sub too. Does she have rage? And I said this in a Patreon episode
Mm-hmm.
with the wife that we brought on that lives
Mm-hmm.
the domestic discipline. Go to
Yeah,
Patreon. That
okay,
one's
that
a
was
good
an
one.
excellent
I
show.
said when I seek out subs, I seek out to see qualities that they have already without me having to put standards down on my rules.
Mm-hmm.
So I see if they have morals ready. I see that, okay, does she have road rage? Does she have hate in her heart and anger? If a man, if she opens the door and the man doesn't say thank you, is she saying you fucking dick? You
Mm.
asshole? But if she says I hate somebody and I wish them dead or something like that, or this or that, or they should do this. She's wishing bad upon people verbally or whatever it is, thinking about it. That's not a woman that I want to involve with. That's not a
No,
woman I want to invest in. Why?
because if she gets angry at you, she's gonna turn it on you.
Exactly. Because when she's angry, she gonna get emotional, whether it's PMS, whatever. And on top of that, you don't remember who I am anymore. You treat me like everybody else. So
Mm.
eventually she's gonna bring that with you. And now
Mhm.
it's like, now it could be constantly you disciplining her and punishing her for the same shit.
Yeah, that could get very
You know what I'm saying?
tiring.
And it could be like she was good for a year, then the following year it happened. She
Mhm.
was good, and then 3 months later it happened again. She was good, then 3 months later it happened again. You see what I'm saying? So that
Mhm.
is something within her that is not dealing. And it could be the same thing with a guy. Let's say he abuses you, whatever it is. Oh, it won't happen again. He's good for 6 months. After the 6 months, it happens again.
Mm.
He's good for a month. After a month, the second month, it happens again.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So to me, it's right. Character and behavior, very important. They're on top of the list.
Mhm.
You know, and
Definitely.
then looks, I don't care about status, but looks is a bonus. But if
Yeah,
if
it's
it's
a bonus.
looks on top of the list and then their bad character, bad behavior, you cannot stay with them. Because if I'm thinking about mother
Mhm.
and
That's a
bringing them around my kids,
or vice versa. The woman's looking for a father for to have children with.
yeah, is
Yeah.
it's gonna be really hard. Like
Yeah.
I walk down Times Square or whatever, and then we see a homeless guy, and she's whispering to me, "Why is he so dirty? Like, why can't he get a job? Like, what is people like? There's no empathy."
Mhm.
And I'm just gonna be like, "Yo, her personality's fucked up.
Yeah.
Her mentality's fucked up." You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
who
it's
am I
awful.
dating right now? A
Yeah.
silver spoon baby?
That's what I'm saying.
She thinks
That's another
everybody's
thing.
fortunate. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
have equal opportunities and stuff like that. Like, you don't know
Mhm.
his situation.
Yeah, you don't know what he's going through, what
Go
anybody's
ahead.
going through. I was gonna say that also has to do like growth, like when you meet someone, right? And then as you spend time with them and years go by or whatever, you're growing, you're
Mm,
learning each other, so you're support and you should also be learning yourself in that process. So if you're starting out with someone and they have these little things and it comes up or whatever, as that relationship grows, as that own person grows, you know what I mean, that if they haven't changed because they haven't seen, um for lack of a better word, like the error of their ways, you know what I mean? Like if they don't recognize, oh damn, that's something that I have to work on, then that's it kind of bypasses everything else. You know what I mean? Like if you're not gonna if you see that there's something about you that you need to work on and you don't,
mhm.
then it's just gonna keep coming around.
And it's
Yes,
like a
it's
revolving door
mm-hmm.
because like you keep like you were saying, you keep passing it by.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's just gonna come around. It's gonna come around. It's gonna
I'm
come
a
around.
I'm a big believer in that. If
Mm,
something keeps coming up, it's because when it came up before, all the other times before, you came to that fork in the road, you kept choosing the wrong route. You didn't step up and see, okay, what is it that I'm being shown that I have to change, or that I have to, whatever it is, rectify, or not even do anything but acknowledge it. You know what I mean? If you don't do that and you say, not this time, it's too hard, it's too tough, it's too much emotion for me to deal with right now. I'm just gonna hope that it passes, then you might have 6 months of bliss. You might have 2 weeks of bliss. You not fixing it, you not going head on with that, guess what? It's gonna keep coming back around
mm,
until you finally, whoever it is that has to finally sit down and be like, you know what? Let's jump into this and fix this issue.
mhm. So more women I see are on their healing journey than men. I hear
I
this
see that
often
too.
from women.
But
Here's
they
the
could be
thing.
fake healing too.
Here,
I don't mean to cut
yeah,
you off.
you're right.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing for women to even help them further on this. If you are on your healing journey and you are like, okay, I'm going to stay away from dating men and stuff of that nature, you still need to engage. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. If you want to heal in the entirety, mental health, emotional, physical, sexual trauma, abuse, whatever, broken relationship trauma. You have to start being aware of your triggers and you have to
Mm-hmm.
face them. You have to walk into the fire. You can't see the fire and just be like, all right, I'm walking that way.
It's
Then
too
you come
hot.
up out it, come
Yeah.
about it again. Keep walking
Yeah.
back. Like you gotta walk into it.
You gotta do it.
You gotta walk into it to get those burns to come out better. You know what I'm saying? You gotta walk into it. So it's like women crying, that's part of healing, but you gotta, like, you can't just keep crying. You gotta, like, let it out and then figure out.
Yeah, exactly. Find the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, if it's like you look at your past relationship, like, yo, what triggered me here? Why did cheating trigger me? But I stayed.
Mm-hmm.
He kept coming back. Like, why did this trigger me? What did we run? What was my triggers? Why was I yelling? Why was I this? Why did I
Mm-hmm.
put my hands on him? Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. Why did I emasculate? Why was this all trigger me? So she can really move on. This is part of you healing, judges, because what happens is women are finally healed, and it could be 2 years, year, 3 years, 4 years. They finally meet the man, and guess what? It starts all over again.
Yep. And you know what else? The questions should not be, why did he do that to me? Why did he make me act like this? Why did this happen to me? The questions should be, why am I behaving this way? What about me is causing this to happen? Or what? You got to turn those questions now. Fuck the outside. Fuck him, fuck her, for all that shit. If you want to heal, like you said, then you have to turn those questions on yourself and find out. Once you find out about you and what triggers you and how you can move and what makes you calm and all that good stuff, then everything is smooth. But another thing is, people actively choose not to do that. They don't want to. They know what they have to do, but it's too hard. It's too painful. I don't want to right now. Maybe in a couple of years when I'm stronger, then they want to. And in the meantime, they're still doing the same old things that they're doing.
In coaching, like when I have sessions with clients, I don't challenge their goals. So I don't ask why. I don't ask like, why would you think you would accomplish that or whatever? I ask questions like how? How do you think you can accomplish this? Have you put a time frame? Do you plan on doing this in 3 months, 6 months, or whatever? How would you go about it? What's the action plan? Because I'm solution oriented.
And
So what's
also,
the action plan? I don't challenge them in a sense. So when women like or men who are on their healing journey, when they talk to themselves, yeah, they should get the whys, but they should now start saying, okay, I fucked up. How am I going to do better in the future? So how am I going to get over this? How am I going to accomplish this goal? What are the necessary steps and the action plan I'm going to take to execute this to get to where? Because the tunnel where there's sunshine is where I want to be. But right now I'm in the rain at the beginning of the tunnel.
Yep.
So how do I get there? Because as I'm crawling in the tunnel, I'm gonna probably encounter bugs. I'm gonna probably encounter the worms, and
all that. You're
I
gonna
want to
encounter
push
so
all that,
much.
but I gotta get to the end. So how can I do it? Okay.
And that's why when you ask those questions, like how are you gonna, you are now putting it in them, into their hands to find
Make the decision.
that the answers, right? To make that decision. That which in turn now they have to ask all those questions to themselves too.
Do you believe men's character and behavior are a byproduct of how they're treated by women, or this stems from deeper?
I say deeper. I think it's both, but I think it's deeper. I think it can stem from obviously the family. If you have a single mother who, has a son and is not getting along with the father, and the kid happens to look exactly like him, you have those people that hold resentment to the innocent child just because he's half the father and he looks just like him. So in turn, like if she could be already emasculating him and making him his self-worth lower. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like she could be mad and be like, you're dumb just like your dad. Now the poor little kid, that's all he's hearing. I'm dumb. I'm dumb like my dad. My dad was a piece of shit then. You know what I mean? And it's all because she's unhealed, obviously.
I think
I also do think, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off again, that it does, let's say he had a good upbringing, but now he meets a very toxic woman who now, will, if you love me, you'll do this.
I was gonna get into that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
I got into his
Are
brain
you
and
done,
I took it out.
or
Go ahead, I'll let you do it.
Okay, so I believe it is an effect or the byproduct of how they're treated by women.
Mm.
That's based off their character and behavior. Um, so like you could see how, I always say women are creatures of habit, but men are too. Um, if you're used to crazy chicks and being around crazy chicks and you tolerate that, like you've never had a woman who was normal, mentally stable, good girl type, because that now that's boring you because you're used to the crazy women because you think that's adventurous, you think they bring great sex to the bedroom, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it says a lot about your character
Yep.
and your behaviors are based off that because of those type of women and how they treated you.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So like we always get triggered, we always become unhealed based off the traumatic experiences that we dealt with. You know what I'm saying? And then you try to look for certain things, like for example, a woman looks for certain characteristics in her father. Her father could have been abusive, her father could have been he could have been abandoned. He could abandon her or something like she couldn't count on him. So now she meets guys that are like the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Can't count on them, they're abusive, they have uncontrolled aggression, not controlled. They fly off at the handle, they're immature, they don't know how to have adult conversations, they're not good leaders. And when she meets the man who has those qualities, she don't want it because she's used to the guys that are unreliable. You know what I'm saying? So this whole gin stems from not being treated right. You're not being treated. I'm sorry. You're not treating yourself. We're damaged. So we're not treating our body back to health.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So like this is what I believe. So I believe like men who got played by women, men who got hurt by women, they start to generalize women. You see, when I come on this show, I always say most women, I say a percentage, I say this. I never say all women are like this. I never say that. Then I break it down even further. I say there's traditional women, there's modern, there's vanilla, there's BDSM type, there's submissives, there's masculine women. Like I break it down now because I don't believe all women because I've dealt with different women. But if you're a man and you're dealing with the same type of woman, it plays a part in your psyche, and you start to generalize because that's all you're meeting. It's the same thing as a woman. She starts saying men ain't shit. She's generalizing.
Definitely.
She might have a type. So she starts generalizing based off her cognitive part of her brain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
maybe it's all men that are her type that ain't shit.
Yeah.
Not
You know what
all
I'm
men,
saying?
just those types.
Yes. So she's building resentment towards a lot of men. Men's character and behavior is being soft because they're treated more masculine. They're more masculine by these women. These women were probably a little bit more dominant than they were. Didn't respect them, didn't show them respect, weren't submissive to them, didn't let them lead in the dynamic. Right? They had to use superficialities, like look at my cars and money to get them. So they were never valued for their character, who they really were, just their lifestyle or what they could provide. They start to build resentment towards women because those things don't last. The moment the woman extracts as what she needs out of you, she's gone.
Jeez.
With those guys.
Definitely.
I'm not saying women do this.
Yeah.
I'm saying with those guys because it started out superficially.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So in her mind,
like
she
the woman who gets the dick pic.
Yeah,
Showing, yeah.
in her mind, she could be like, this guy's a dork, but he has money or whatever. So I'm just, in her mind, she won't articulate this because she doesn't want to ruin the opportunity or want him to run away.
Right.
She gonna play the game. I'll fuck with him for 3 months. That's all I need. It's summertime coming. I just need him for the summer.
That's all.
You know what I'm saying? So he's inviting me to yacht parties and shit. I'ma go.
He's inviting.
The moment she's done extracting whatever she could extract, I got all these bags from him. I got all this shit. He flew me out. I ain't give him no pussy though, but he flew me out. Right? As soon as she extracts all this stuff, she's gone because you were never her first type.
That's true.
You got her used to something and she fell in love with you for that.
Yeah.
So that's what it comes down to. So I believe that a lot of men out there who talk negative about every woman has been
Hurt.
building resentment, that hurt from every the women that he's dealt with.
Mhm.
Maybe I would have been like that if women were never submissive to me. If high school, college, since I was a toddler, came out of my mom's womb, like if women weren't like that to me, I probably would have been like that, resenting all women, generalizing.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like the way women treat a man is part of like his character and his behavior, especially towards them.
Yeah. Okay. So then, do you believe a woman's behavior plays any role in how she's treated by men?
Yeah.
I do too, 100%.
Yeah. And it goes back to the same way. It's just reverse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now her behavior is combativeness. Where does that come from? You're supposed to be soft, kind, you have lesser genes. You're supposed to be kind, nice, feminine. Why are you so masculine? Where did that come from? You didn't come out the womb like that. Where does that stem from? Her personality is like that. Her behavior is like that. She has an attitude. Where does that stem from? Women are who they associate themselves around, especially the men. They adjust to the men that they're around. So if you are only around hood dudes that are street pharmacists, we'll say street entrepreneurs, and they bring a certain character, you're hanging around them a lot, there ain't no way her femininity is gonna be able to come out. There ain't no way she's gonna be feminine.
That's true.
She gonna be talking like them. She gonna be walking like them. She gonna be dressing like them. She gonna be scheming like them, probably. I'm not saying they scheme, but if they were scammers, she gonna be into all of that too, because she's adapting to her surroundings, especially men. She's looking at these guys as authoritative figures. She's looking at these guys as father figures. She's looking at these guys as leaders.
But
and it's just natural. It's just natural in the woman's core to follow. They're not, but in her mind, yes.
They are, right? Because that's the only thing that's around.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Do you think women post provocative pics and videos because they think that's what guys like, or do you think it's for themselves and other women? I definitely think it's because they think that's what guys like. Pictures and videos, I agree with Daphne. Women don't put pics and videos unless it's like of them with their dog or their kids or whatever. But a sexy video and a sexy pic, I don't want my girls to look at that. I wouldn't be doing it for my people, for my friends.
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense.
I coach a decent amount of women. I train a decent amount of women. I talk to women all the time. I get their different perspectives, different races, different countries, different perspectives. And I believe they do it for guys because those women have articulated that. They've asked me, let me get your perspective from a guy's perspective. Why do guys say that they like natural bodies, but they like this? She feels insecure. She's like, I'm a good girl. I'm this. I don't do stuff like that. They don't like me. They say I'm boring. Another woman told me the same thing. Why do guys lie? I say, don't say guys. Say most or say some. Don't say guys. But they're like, why do guys say that they don't like the hoes, but they end up fucking with them? They end up having sex with them. They end up, taking pictures with them. They end up going on trips with them. They end up having them on their private jet. They end up having them around them.
They end up
doing stuff with them. Why? But they say they don't like it. They like purity in women and stuff, but they're always around hoes. What? This confuses us. Women have brought that to my attention.
What have you told them?
I said, I gotta talk about this.
No, I know, but what did you tell them? Like, what advice did you say about that?
I've told them that some guys want to sound politically correct. Some guys don't want to go against the grain because they want to seem toxic or bad guys. Some guys want to go on platforms and say the politically correct thing. I'm traditional. I like good girls. I like submission because submission is commitment. So if you're just trying to fuck, why do you want her to be submissive? Doesn't make sense.
But wait, do you
I
think?
want this. I want that in a woman. I want purity. I want her to cater. I want her to treat me like a king. I want her to respect me. I want her to trust me and stuff of that nature. Right? But they do this for that reason. They're saying that because that sounds nice. And if he wants those things, it's psychology. It's like brainwashing. It's going to make people think that he's a good guy.
Yeah, but even if he says he wants submissive women, wouldn't that be the opposite? Like in
Yeah.
their mind?
No, maybe they're confused. Maybe they just mean sexual and they don't mean it in the
Like in the entirety of it.
yeah.
Gotcha.
They maybe they're
You're
confused.
good, you're good, you're good.
Maybe they're confused for real.
Yeah, no, that's true. 'Cause
You
would
know what
be
I'm saying? Like maybe they want a woman to not go out them, to
That's-
challenge their ideologies.
Oh, got you.
Like maybe. You understand what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
no, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If he's saying to a woman, you know, I don't like the hoes, but he's getting with the hoes because he really does like the hoes and he wants to sound politically correct,
mhm.
then if he wants to sound politically correct, why would he say, I want a woman who's submissive, not just in bed? That would be like not politically correct, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
In the eyes of the regular world.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what would be politically correct?
In terms
Saying
of
that he wants the
submissive?
hoes?
No, I'm saying about the submissive part. Like I think that would, if he's
Okay,
saying, I
but
don't want
politically
the
correct would be like traditional. I want the purity. I want the woman with less bodies. I want
Yeah,
that would
yeah,
be
yeah.
politically correct.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Submissive is extra.
Right. I think, but that's what I'm saying. Once the people hear submissive, it throws a wrench in what he's saying. They're gonna be like, hold up. How are you gonna want everything of that and submission? That's like backwards thinking.
Mm-hmm.
No way?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm just, I was just
Yeah.
trying to get there. All right.
But I believe that hearing from those women, so they do it to get guys.
Definitely.
Women want to know what men
Definitely.
think more than what men want to know what women think.
Yeah.
Because the only thing that a lot of men want with women is to get laid. We want to connect with them intimately.
Oh.
Women, on the other hand, they want to serve. I don't care what women say out there. She might not even know herself, but women get enjoyment. They find enjoyment in serving their man, their families, not corporations and stuff of that nature. Their man, their family. That's why they always ask, what do you want to eat? What do you like? What color should I get on my nails? Do you like this dress? Do you think it's good? They always want to serve their men. They live for the approval of men. They live for validation of men. So when they go online and they do this, the validation that they're getting from men gives them a boost. That's an ego boost. A woman that cooks for you and watches you. Do you like it? Smiles when you say yes.
Definitely.
You see? That's a stroke. That's a stroke to her ego. So it's the same thing. At the end of the day, we want to know what men like. So if all these beta males, if most men are thirsty in this world and they're saying that they like booty cheeks online and stuff of that nature, even if I'm shy and I don't think I should do that, let me do it to not seem boring. Let me do it because this is what all them like. They want a quick fix. They don't give a fuck about us like that. They want a quick fix. So now if those women think like that, it's just a transactional relationship. It's a customer, you know,
client, customer client.
It's like the same thing.
So
a customer product.
There we go.
So the woman,
that was hard.
So in the pimp game, right? The
woman's the product.
The woman's the product. That's why when the woman is asking her, yo, give me money for my nails and stuff of that nature. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
She's pimping you.
He's pimping her.
He's pimping her.
Yeah, because she got to look good for the product. The objective is to get customers, which are the tricks.
Right, so the product got to look good.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, the product brings the pimp the most money. The tricks are the customers. So in a way, it's like product and trick. I gotta look good and do all these things to get the money. And I like the way she looks and It's a new age prostitution thing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
It's
so
like I wash your back, you wash mine.
Yeah. So the reality is like, as that, you investing in her in those things. Like I always say, like, if she's a traditional housewife for me, why she need all that stuff? She just needs that stuff for me.
Yes. 100%.
That's why I say I like them slim thick.
Mm.
I don't like them like a stick figure because I care about that. I don't care what a million guys care about because when I'm in the bedroom lonely with her, I get to see things.
Yep.
Why would you want her to look like what every guy
Can
wants?
see. Oh, as far as what
Because you're pimping her out. Remember the pimp and the product?
Yep.
I got to make her desirable to every man because they're the tricks.
But you want just desirable for you. No, you don't care if she's desirable for everybody else.
Exactly. It's a bonus if people are like, "Oh, she's so beautiful."
Pretty. Yeah, definitely. Just like with a man. Damn, he's hot. Oh, thank you very much.
You see what I'm saying? So in a way, it's like when they do this, it's for the appeasement. It's for the male gaze.
Mm-hmm.
It's an appeasement for men. That's why they do it. They do it in an insecurity sense of I want to nail something. It's not my butt look really nice today. I want to post it because you already took the video. You already took it in your camera roll.
She could be feeling insecure and she wants that boost.
Yes. Yeah. And guess who's gonna do it for you? Men.
Those guys.
Yeah. So that's what it comes down to. Like, it's not for themselves and it's not other women.
Definitely.
Now, if the world was predominantly non-heterosexual women, then I could I don't know then.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And those women also were bi-curious that are posting it. You know, but I believe like an array of reasons why they're doing that if they're not sex workers. Regular women doing that, they're dick hungry. They're going through a drought. The last guy opened me up so well. It's been a month or 2 months since I've had sex. That's the longest I've gone. I'm tired of playing with toys. I need some real dick. I'm in a woman's mind right now. Well, I don't want to generalize. I'm in some of these women's mind. I'm not saying all women are thinking like this. And what woman you know is gonna straight up say that to a guy? She's just overthinking. Sitting in her room, maybe overthinking, scrolling on social media, getting depressed, looking at all the other booties, and she's comparing her body to their body.
That's so sad.
So now she's like, damn, I'm dick hungry. Look at who she got. I want to get that. Even though she posting her body and her booty cheeks, she's in a relationship. So
she thinks she can do it too.
So I could do it. Like, I just thought that was whole shit, but it ain't because they're in relationships. Whether it's your favorite celebrity idol.
Yeah.
And she got money too and status. Yo, I could do it too. I guarantee you, if the social media models, yeah, maybe them too. If that's not, you're trying to further your career. If you're not trying to further career, you're just doing it for likes and whatever it is. You don't have an end goal. Them or the influencers, the real estate agents, the business owners, the celebrity influencers, if they got shamed, because that's what we need to bring back. If they got shamed for doing what they were doing, if there was repercussions for their virtual behaviors, I guarantee you they would stop, and a lot more women would stop as well. Women are seeing the byproduct of it. Women know that if you do this, automatically you're going to be thrown in the mud, ran in the mud, scrutinizing all this. You're not going to get a man. But if they see that they're doing it and they're like, yo, she's still successful. She still kept her sponsors. She still kept her endorsements. She still kept her man. She still kept the ring and all that. I could do it too.
Yeah, but that could be a 1 in a million type. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a one woman and not multiple.
This is part of the plan because the reality is if a lot of men did that, their career would be over. A man infidelity, his career is over. Women are the cash cow. So they have to cater to them more and let a lot of things slide. A lot more things slide, especially in America. Because you go to other countries and you do that, there's going to be some harsh repercussions.
It sure is.
You see what I'm saying? So the reality is, because it's a cash cow, because it's like they're spending more, they're the number one consumers to everything, absorbing social media, spending money, this and that. We got to cater to them more. Feminism, implement all this stuff. Promiscuity, all part of feminism. We could push this up more. That's why they're not being held accountable. That's why they're not being shamed. That's why they're not being ran in the mud. And that's why a lot of people are not shaming them as they would back then. You see? This is why. So when other women see the byproduct, they're just natural followers, right? They're just natural followers. And you know, you can't be mad at them because like Godfather Part 2, before Michael was gonna go in, he was talking to Vito Corleone, his father, and he said, it might be an ambush. Keep your eyes open, be observant. Women and children can be careless, but not men. So in a way, it's like even those old school gangsters, when you look at the movie, they say no women and children. It could be danger, but no, ba 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 ba. No, keep them out of here. Women shouldn't be part of this. They were still gentlemen in a sense because they follow the code. So the reality is like women and children can be careless because they always need leadership and guidance.
That's true.
But men can't. They hold to a high standard. That's why it's like when women see other women doing this, even if they think it's not right or whatever, they see the bride, oh, let me follow. Let me follow. Because I'm not going to be held accountable too. She wasn't. So let me follow. Who cares about my morals? That was the only thing that was keeping them in check in the beginning about getting in trouble. But if these women are not getting in trouble, I'm not. And that's one of the reasons also why they do it.
Yep. Well, I mean, they don't know themselves. It's like a list of reasons why women would behave that way still.
Yeah. So if we brought shaming back, if we like, oh, you do this, you're going to lose sponsors, you do this or that or whatever it is, there's going to be harsh repercussions. Every man is stating, we don't like this to wife. And we know y'all ladies want that. If men were doing that more, I guarantee you women would be on their shit and they would stop doing that. Unless they want to still keep being feminists and they don't want to have kids, they don't want to have a family, and they want to be emotionally available, just accumulate fuck buddies through your whole entire life and just travel on trips alone and drink at the bar alone and shit like that and go home alone every night and cry yourself to sleep or drink yourself to sleep. If they want that for the rest of their life, then keep doing what you're doing. That's what I would say for them. Keep doing what you're doing. You can't make people do shit or not. Keep doing what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? But if there's women out there who actually say, yo, when I'm at a certain age, I want to be a wife, housewife, maybe I want to do this. I want to have kids. They need to hold themselves accountable today. Because like Malcolm X said back in the day, what you do today is going to affect your tomorrow. So the future is now. The future is now. So if a woman wants to be a housewife, she should be acting like a wife right now, bringing that energy in a dynamic. When she gets with a man, bringing that energy in there because he's the one that's going to invest in you.
Yep. So
the reality is it comes down to that. It comes down to what men are like. So at the end of the day, you want short-term pleasure or you want long-term. That's why I say if you want short-term for the rest of your life, keep doing what you're doing. If you want long-term, what you do today is going to affect your future. Even your children. When your children see something, Mom, I saw a video on OnlyFans. I didn't know you could go. Is that a cucumber?
Oh my Lord.
Is that a cucumber? But it's not. It's a dick or some shit, right?
No, it could be a cucumber going in another area.
Okay.
We've seen those videos.
I haven't, but
okay. It was going around.
What, on Instagram or something?
Yeah, like, can you believe this woman did that? You couldn't really see it unless you looked it up.
But all I'm saying is, Billy probably found out from his boy.
Yeah.
And now it's like, damn, Mom, how you gonna explain this?
Yep. That's
you see what I'm saying? So the problem is, and what we need to educate more is the women on thinking ahead. Because when men have always thought about family, even whether they got money or they don't, they've always thought about family and they've always thought about long term. A lot of women's mind, not all of them, a lot of women's minds have changed on that.
What do you mean?
Family, long term, and stuff of that nature. I'm scared. I don't want to give my all, invest. I might not be left with anything. I gave my all here. I was left with nothing. I'm scared. They're not investing. Feminism is always the scapegoat where you could go back to. It's not working out. I run away. I become emotionally unavailable quick. Feminism. Equal. I'm going to go on trips by myself. Get dogged out wherever. Post online. Feminism. They always got feminism to go back to. So the reality is, like, men have always been about family. They've always wanted that, especially when they're rich and they finally get that financial freedom or they're stable. They're looking for their ride or die now, or multiple women if they live a poly. They've always thought that never changed. Even if a man is sleeping with a whole bunch of women right now, it's because he hasn't really found himself. He hasn't really found that, but I guarantee you, even if he's doing that, he got one that ride or die for him, and he probably goes home to every night. Or two. They've been there for a while. They ain't probably going nowhere.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So men have always wanted this, but most women, they're losing sight of that. They're losing sight of family and stuff of that nature.
Yeah.
Maybe they have maybe they had a kid already, and that's it for them. I want to get married and stuff like that. I got my family. So now I'm a single mom. I just want to fuck. Just want to travel.
Or it could be trauma from that relationship with, the baby's father, that she's like, fuck that.
Yeah. So at this moment, it's like,
that trauma can start when she's pregnant, not even after she has the kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you are thinking, I'm pregnant, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to, you know what I mean? And here you are met every step of the way with something with the baby's father.
So it comes down to knowing yourself and how you and your partner can help with that. Because then you guys could dominate that issue.
Yep. And communication.
Yeah. So when they think like that, eventually women want family. Their biological clock is ticking. You don't have that much to go. You can, like, if you want to have a kid in a family, if you are 30, your clock is ticking as a woman. If you're a man and you're 40, you still can do it.
I think
sperm count and your testosterone could be low. You taking care of yourself. 45, 50, I've seen it already happen. I've seen it happen already.
Me too.
Healthy 50-year-old men having their first child. Women, on the other hand, a 50-year-old, what are the possibilities it goes to full term?
It's not that it can't go to full term. It can go to full term. It's what else comes with it. Now you have a higher chance of Down syndrome or something with their chemical makeup. It's not that she can't. But again, like you said, if the woman is healthy, because I've seen 50-year-olds do. One of my old bosses was 42 when she had her first kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But she went to the gym. She was fit. Mind was right and all that. So she had a healthy child. But you're right. Men can wait and have kids. I've seen 70-year-old men have kids.
Women have to present themselves more appropriately than I would say men would. I mean, a man should have control and stuff of that nature, not be all around, because then he's beta. But women need to hold themselves more accountable, need to appropriate. Why do I say that? It's easy. I always say it. They ain't in control. I'll answer it for you.
Well, because I don't know what we're talking about right now.
Okay, so women have to always be on their best behavior. They have to be appropriate. If they want these high quality men, they have to be on their shit. They have to be ladylike.
Because they don't have control.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to go more in depth. Relationship and commitment don't belong to them.
Just access.
Yeah. So
bringing
a life onto earth. So if they want the ring, they're not going to get it themselves. Well, most. Because there's some women out here who are taking the masculine role who are on their knees.
That's
my
true.
opinion only.
Pause on
my
the
opinion. My opinion only.
I was gonna make a joke, but never mind. Go ahead.
They're getting on their knees. So, or on one knee. But the man is the one that's still making the decision. We're gonna be together. Where is this going? I'm gonna give you the ring, family. These are our plans and stuff of that nature. So if you want to be chosen by the right man, you need to know what attracts them, and if they like ladylike and stuff like that, and they're traditional, then you need to be that. And if that's not in you, then don't say you want that. That's like
someone else then.
That is counterproductive. That is counterintuitive. I'm gonna give you an example. I want to be a millionaire. I'm not doing shit to get it. All I'm doing is playing lotto, hoping I hit it. I want to be successful, but all I do is sit on the couch and play video games all day. I pray to the ancestors and God that I want a good man. So what the fuck? How the fuck you gonna get him? He gonna break into your house, leave your window open. Maybe he'll come through because you're not going out to events. You're not meeting events, and when you probably meet these good men, wherever it is, social media, in person, whatever it is, based off their good man qualities, you have some desires that you ain't even talking about too. You feel like he can't bring it. You play them.
You don't even give him a second
don't even give them a chance.
You didn't even give him a full first chance.
Yeah. So the reality is that's what that is. Like, it's counterintuitive. It's counterproductive. You cannot get what you want without putting You cannot get what you want without putting in work. That doesn't work. That's somebody that lives in a fairy tale world. But bring you back to social media. Social media is a fairy tale world.
Yep.
So the reality is, you might not think that people should judge you by what you post and how you post, but they will. Put your shit on private then. Duh, that is the smartest thing to do.
Put on private, put the comments off.
And if you meet somebody that, and I'm not talking about sex workers, I'm talking about regular women who do this, or men, whatever. If you meet somebody who you want to take seriously, because that's what it comes down to on both ends, the man taking her seriously, the woman taking him seriously, then you mention, baby, listen, this what comes with me. It's my thing. I get an ego of flashing money. I get an ego of showing motherfuckers 30 of my cars. I get it's like metaphorically, my dick is getting stroked every time I talk about my private jet and where I've been in this world and what I do and how much money I got in the bank. It's a stroke. It's like a metaphoric, my dick gets stroked every time I get turned on. Got a fucking raging erection of ambition. Jesus. Of ambition, just waiting to fuck the world. You know what I'm saying?
Raging erection.
Of ambition. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Then that's understandable because you're laying that off the bat. Not, baby, I'm looking for a good girl. And I'm traditional. And I'm not looking for no hoes or stuff of that nature. I ain't gonna wife you. Yeah. Same thing with the woman.
Yep.
She might lock the page and stuff of that nature. She meets the man and listen, before I do got Instagram, I was hoping you wouldn't ask me, but I do have it. But listen, before I accept I see you requested me and I didn't answer right away. I just left on request. Before I let you open it, I gotta warn you.
That's awful. If you gotta do all of that, what are you doing?
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No, not you. I'm talking about if there's a woman or a man that has to do all of that, I gotta warn you first. I gotta get
you fucking yourself up. Because what's gonna happen is if you think that you could just play that in line, oh yeah, he said I got Instagram. Let me just go. The man knows within like 4 minutes or less what type of woman. He's scrolling, he's looking. I don't give a fuck if she's meditating over here. She's showing her booty cheeks over here. Okay, and it's another time. She's twerking. Oh, she's drinking on camera. She's smoking weed on camera. Oh, okay, cool. I know I'm gonna fuck her. Because
all I gotta do is bring some weed, get a little drink.
Yeah, I know
you're giving him a freaking plan.
And you know what? I'm just gonna play with her. We just gonna have fun.
No,
I'm just gonna use her up. I'm just gonna use her up. Now the woman is unconsciously dumb. She's not dumb conscious. She's unconsciously dumb, and she's asking dumb questions like, what are we and where are we going with this?
And you know what? It just dawned on me right now. Half the time, because we said this before, when they're dressed like, provocatively, they're dropping their where they're at, their location. So all the guy has to do is go onto your page, see that you like to drink, see that you like to smoke, where you're dressed at, what activity you do. He can go find you and be like, oh yeah, let me buy you a drink. You want to go smoke some weed? I got some weed in the bag.
Or
now you fucked.
Or your page is open and you there's a guy in Mexico that follows you, that's been a creep stalking you for years. You post, hey, going to Cancun, Mexico with the girls. This is where we staying. Hotel. Take a picture of the hotel, girls. Yeah, take a picture of the food and the place that we eating the food at. So now this dude is looking, bet she in my city. I know a woman, and I'm not a name dropper, and I don't put people on blast. I knew a woman that used to say, if I posted it, know that I wasn't like, I was there maybe a week ago or something.
Okay. Ooh, that's smart.
You see?
That's smart.
So
she posted, but she's not there no more.
Yeah, but that'll get that when you look in depth, that woman has a lot of shit to slide. So if you're gonna get with her,
you mean to hide?
Yeah, to hide. Thank you. She has a lot of things to hide. She used to moving so sneakily. Wow. It's dangerous bringing her in your life.
But for somebody who didn't know that little bit of information right there, you would have been like, oh, that's smart. That's a smart, weird thing for her to do that.
Yeah, when I put that in depth, I make people think.
Yeah.
So that's I was like, oh. Yeah. I never post locations currently. Because that's what I do. So if she does what I do, I like to be private. Are you being private or sneaky? Now, when I get with you, you see what I'm saying? It's unless you sharing the secrets with me, and it's like, okay, it's a difference. But if you treat me like everybody else,
then it's a problem.
then it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to
that's understandable.
I'm talking to a woman and I'm thinking we're connecting, right? We're talking on all levels. Family, future, we're speaking freaky, dirty talk, right? I never see her naked. I don't ask for pictures, never did. But maybe she would ask me, "Oh, can I send you a picture? What do you think? I like this. Like, can I send you a picture?" Let's say I don't do it. I go on her Instagram and I see it. What is that? What is that?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Is cheating?
No. We're not together.
Oh.
But I'm getting to know her. We've already been speaking freaky, dirty talk, flirting. We're talking about the future, getting together, possibly us being together, right? We're talking. And then she doesn't send me those pictures. I go online and I'm like, wow, I didn't know she knew how to twerk. Wow. I didn't know her booty.
Yeah,
damn, she got a tattoo right here. Wow.
That's like almost like, I don't want to say betrayal because I can't find a better word, but it's almost like, wait, I thought we were connecting on all this level, on all of these. It's almost like a slap to the face, seeing that, like, what the fuck.
So now you know how a man feels.
A woman can get that type of feeling, that slap in the face too.
How? What is he doing?
Same thing. Maybe she could be talking with him and everything is okay, and he doesn't let her know that he's talking to somebody else. Boom. Next thing you see, she's like, oh, he went out on a date. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, a picture. Yeah.
Yeah. It could be done the same way.
Okay, I thought you were talking about like him taking his shirt off at the gym or some shit like that.
She'll probably be like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, she wouldn't care about that.
No, not about that.
But if a woman is doing that, it's different because the woman's body is more sacred than the men, and we both know women and men being naked is different.
No, yeah, a naked woman is far more beautiful than a naked man. No offense.
Yeah, it's more. She's more at risk too.
That too.
That's why in places like the strip club or whatever, they have bad security.
Yeah.
Because imagine if they didn't.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So she's more at risk than the man will be at risk. So it's like should you judge people by how they post and what they post? Yes. That's who they are. So if you're a spiritual woman and you say you're a spiritual woman and you post you're meditating and whatever you're doing, but then on the other flip side, you're posting twerking and you take your clothes off online and you're speaking sexually, you're winking at the camera, biting on your bottom lips, speaking seductively, inviting, then you are then that's who you are. It ain't no multifaceted and stuff of that nature, because if you're spiritual, then you think how I think, and I don't need to tell you how the divine feminine think because I ain't a divine feminine, but I could give you an idea. If the woman is in her divinity, she is spiritual. She's gonna believe her body's a temple. She also ain't fucking with a whole bunch of people. Fuck buddy shit. I said this in the Healing and Vibrations manifestation. You asked a question to me, are they in their divinity? And I said no. It's not just they choose who they're in. They know that's an exchange of energy. So why would I be giving everybody? Because 5 guys, if I'm fucking with 5 guys at the same time, I know all of them are not in their divine masculine.
Yeah, that's way too many people right there.
You know what I'm saying? Or even 2 at the same time. Like I know they're not. It's different from men because a man is a leader and he could always influence women's behavior in that dynamic, especially if they're following him and they deem him as the leader. That's different. The man is not deeming the woman as a leader. We are not grown up. We are not raised to respect female authority. That's why if the woman is saying, pointing in your face and you did this and stop doing this, he's just gonna lie to stop to just
to shut
stop.
You up.
Yeah, shut up. But in his mind, fuck you. In his mind, I'm gonna keep doing it because he doesn't respect female authority. So if you're checking him, you're wasting your time. But if a man checks a woman, it's in her nature to fall in love and be turned on by being put in her place. A man, no,
that's gonna get on his nerves.
Yes. So the reality is, like, women in general have to watch what they post. Men should watch what they post as well, as far as all that other stuff, feds, CIA, whatever.
I was about to say that.
But as far as if you posting shit being off the handle as a man, you also show you don't have control.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about control on both ends. A woman posts her body, she's not a sex worker, she lacks discipline in my mind. She
Mm-hmm.
lacks control because she's thinking I'm boring. She's thinking the man was shaming me because I really liked him. The women are doing it. That's a lack of discipline. And it's also a
And
lack
I
of,
think a lack of real confidence, because she's doing that just to get other people's approval and confidence.
and it comes down to you are compromising your integrity if you had those. If you said in your mind, I try not to show a lot. I do this personally for me because I care about how I'm represented, then and she does that, she seems like a liar.
Mm-hmm.
She seems like she gave up. She seems like she's following the crowd now. She
Mm-hmm.
seems like she lacks discipline, and she seems like she's desperate. And it could be for a man because I need to nail a provider. This is what they like.
Mm.
So it's like if women want relationships, because social media is the juggernaut for everything now, news, whatever it is. Some people use it for dating apps.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's gonna
That's
find
true.
you. There's no way you date a modern person today and you start connecting with her or the man. The woman says, "Hey, do you have Instagram? I want to follow you." Or, "Nah, I don't." What? You don't? That's weird. Who doesn't have social media? The man says, "Hey, I run a business. Do you have whatever?" "Nah, I don't." What woman doesn't do that? She could also lie, like I said in an old show. And guess what? Because they're tracking everything in our phone, location. Now she comes up on the suggested list.
Mm.
Hey, he looks in his phone. Yo, does she have a twin? I'm gonna text her and ask if she got a twin. Yo, you got a twin? Nah, I ain't got a twin. Yo, that's her.
Now you know, ladies. If a man texts you if you have a twin, you done. You got found out.
So the reality is, men, and I'm teaching women how a lot of men think.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna go on your page and they're gonna investigate. Let me see how she's. He might not even tell her he's doing it. Me on the end, I tell women this: Yo, I'm gonna follow you because if I like you, trust me, I'm gonna investigate.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna study you, know what you like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making my business to know what you need before you even need to tell me. I know I'm doing my job.
Yeah.
I'm making my business to know what you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I could almost read your mind. So the reality is, if he's scrolling through, let me see her facial expressions. Let me see if she's turning her booty to the camera. Let me see, what is she, licking her lips, talk sexual memes? No. Oh, okay, none of that stuff is on there. I don't see her twerking. All right, bet. Now I'm gonna talk to her. Like, men pay attention to stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm helping the women out there because, like I
100%.
said, women really don't know. They do want to, we want to connect with each other. Men
Mm-hmm.
want to connect with women, women want to connect with men, but we need to know what men like because we want to serve them, you know?
Exactly. So if you want the real deal, this man will never lie to you. It's whatever he says. He's always been that way. That's how he is. That's how he is. He's gonna tell you what men think, like what most men, not all men,
Most
obviously.
men, yeah. Because I was about to say the beta
Ladies,
males,
get them pens and
the
papers.
beta
ready.
males, the tricks, the
Right. They want something totally different.
the what else? The thirsties, panderers, right? On platforms, women empowerment. Don't make her be submissive. She's not your child. Panderers, right? Those guys, those weak dudes, they always promote that more, and the women start to get fucked up, and they're thinking, "Oh, this is what men like."
Mm-hmm.
But guess what, though? They don't know what real men like because a lot of real men ain't on social media like that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of real men are actually on their purpose. They're taking care of their families. Maybe they're taken. A lot of the real high value men, high quality men, they have standards, they have integrity, they have values, they have morals. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference.
Yep.
So men who are saying they're high quality and they're also doing this, they're not. And I'm helping people decipher. I'm helping people use proper discernment. So it's not synonymous.
Mm-hmm.
It is not synonymous. And I just want to make that perfectly clear because there's not a lot of education out there. It's not that because we're all different, we could do it. Yes, we are all different. He could be white, Asian, whatever. But I guarantee you, the Asian thinks like me to a degree, who's traditional. The
I think traditional is traditional across the board. It
Yes,
don't matter where you're
yes. Thank
from.
you,
You
thank
know what I
you.
mean? Like
Yes.
you could be, like you said, any part of the world. If you're traditional, that's what it
Yeah.
is.
So you can't be a high quality guy and then saying you value these low quality women,
Right.
these bottom tiers, and you're around them all the time and you're doing this and energy and stuff like that. Because these guys believe in energy and spirituality to a degree too.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what it comes down to. So if women want to not be judged, then don't post like that. If
I
men don't
agree.
want to be judged, don't post like that. Post how you want to be judged.
Right.
Because
Post how you want to be
y-
addressed and respected.
you can't go to the interview and like this. I can't go to a corporate interview
wearing
like
a
this
bikini.
or a bikini, and because your resume is stacked, listen, don't even look at me. Just wear some shades or whatever it is. Just judge me off my resume. No, because I'm looking at you. When I'm hiring you for my business, I'm gonna interact with you one-on-one. I'm not gonna interact with the paper. I'm gonna interact with you. So if you come to an interview, show me like this, like there was a model for a casting call for the book 5, Stuck Between Two
Mhm.
Different Worlds, and she had this short skirt, and she sat in front of me, and I could see under the thing, like, cross your legs.
Definitely.
You understand what I'm saying? I know how you are. The CEO is not gonna want to engage with you. This is a CEO mentality.
And also nowadays, employers will look up your IG. They'll find you.
They'll find you.
And so
Even if
many
you think
people
you
have
could
gotten
use,
fired
yes,
because of what they posted.
yes. Even if you think you can use an alias,
Mm-hmm.
and I
They'll
was
find
telling
you.
my niece this. She's 18, right? She's away at school. The email
Mm-hmm.
that you use. So even
Because
if
you needed to open up the social medias.
yeah.
Yep.
So more people need to be educated about this, especially women. They are more at risk and losing at the end
Mm-hmm.
because feminism will make you lose. So body positivity, girl, yeah, post it. Do this. You can fuck whoever you want. Just take a pill. Sleep with whoever. And how many? They shouldn't shame us. Do you? Women empowerment.
Do you know what it
That's
sounds
bullshit.
like? It sounds like the little devil on
Yes.
somebody's shoulder.
Yes, that's
Right?
bullshit. That's bullshit.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, that's what it comes down to
Yeah,
as
you gotta
far
be
as
careful.
yourself and your treatment of yourself. This is part of self-love.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be cognitive of other people. You know how you are. Don't expect people to be like you.
Mm-hmm.
If I hold the door for the guy that's walking in, whether he's white, black, Asian, whatever it is, and he doesn't say thank you, I keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna be like, this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
The nerve of you. Go back to him, tap him on his shoulder. Mister, you know you didn't thank me for that, right? Who
Oh my
cares?
God.
Who cares? Keep being how you are.
Right.
That's how I look at it.
You stay genuine.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't expect people to not judge you. They are. So
All
if
the
you don't
time.
want to be judged, put the right things to represent yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So ladies, if you say you want a good man and quality and traditional and high quality, can I go on your Instagram and see that you not taking trips alone? Single woman? Are you on girls' night out all the time? Drinking in the camera? Twerking?
Are you high quality?
Booty cheeks online.
Mm-hmm.
And this ain't a photo shoot. This is your leisure time. You ain't a sex worker. You ain't a sex worker. You're a regular woman who works a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? And you're saying you want a quality man? You're never gonna get him. You might be in a relationship, but I guarantee you the guy is beta. That's a fact. People don't know these terms. I'm breaking it down. He's beta. Because no man is accepting that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not putting a ring on it. Damn, you was in that relationship for 4 years? Y'all married? Nah, but it's strong. She must have good pussy then, because I don't know what else would have kept them there.
Mm-hmm.
I could see her booty cheeks and shit. And he knows it. I know it. 100 people. They follow each other, so he knows what she's posting.
Yep.
He allows it. No.
Imagine he has sisters or brothers or whatever.
Yeah.
They're following.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could cause
So,
just like with what you said, you have to be careful. There are people that you're not even aware of that can find you, and then it'll come back to bite you in the ass.
yeah, and all the stuff that I'm saying right now, people who are unhealed, they're gonna be like, "Oh, he's a misogynist. He doesn't like women. He's this and that. He's a hater." And they could say all that stuff. I've had rocks thrown at me. I don't care. The reality is, my job is not to convert people. My job is not to bring them into a lifestyle that is not in them or they can't handle. My job is to make people think because they never been taught. They never
Mhm.
been taught, and they never been taught how to think independently.
Mhm.
They're absorbing
Amen.
things to making them think how we want you to think, not think independently. So that's what I help them do.
Mhm.
I help them think independently. I'm one of the thought leaders. I'm that guy that, damn, the way you broke it down, I never thought of it that way.
Mhm.
And I've been living my
100%.
life for 20 years believing the other way. But the way you just broke it down makes sense. Thank
Yep.
you. And then you make the decision on your own.
That's so true.
You see what I'm saying? So dominant leaders, mentors, fathers being in the house are present because we're here to teach these things to our daughters, potential single women, single moms, whatever it is, because boyfriends weren't doing it. They were
And sons too.
fatherless households and sons. Fatherless households, boyfriends weren't doing it, ex-boyfriends weren't doing it, current boyfriend ain't doing it, ex-husbands weren't doing it, current husband is not doing it. You see, so these men are needed in society for this. This is one of the reasons why they're trying to cancel them
Mm.
because they don't want them to go against their agenda. Because their agenda is to keep everybody like walking zombies.
Mhm.
We're born with a barcode, every one of us, but we want to keep them walking zombies, not conscious. Because when we see the conscious one, it's dangerous. And they got a big following. Oh,
Mhm. They'll shut you down
you
quick.
see? So it's like, at the end of the day, like, I teach people how to think for themselves. And I do a great job
You
flying
do.
under the radar.
Phenomenal job. And you do a great job
I
explaining things.
don't want to be seen. I don't want the attention. If I have movies, let me be a director or the executive producer, not in the camera.
Yeah. Lord knows you don't want me in front of the camera because I'm not so
Yeah.
sexy.
So the reality is like, we gotta present ourselves better if
Mhm.
we want better outcome. But
I
if
agree.
not, then keep doing what you're doing
And see how well that works
and
out for you.
yeah,
Exactly.
test it out.
Thank you for joining us once again on this Discipline Therapy Thursday for your Discipline Therapy podcast.
Peace.
Peace.